Hello, this is the Timeless Tarot, and today's reading, general love reading for all signs. There's a lot of love cards here, so I'm thrilled about that. Right, let's go to the bottom of the deck, and we have got the Ten of Rods. You've come to the end of something. I'm going to take the next one, High Priestess. And underneath that we have the Moon. Right, let's have these three for the general energy. Well, if you're a Pisces, this could be particularly for you because the High Priestess and the Moon, both Pisces. The Moon is also Cancer. The Ten of Wands is reaching the end with something. It's finally feeling able to put a heavy burden down. So something that's been weighing heavily on your mind. I feel like saying something from your past you can finally leave behind you. This feels quite monumental in a way. Major. It feels major because you know it's really, really important. So that's making me feel like it's a problem that you've been dealing with for a while. So if you've had a problem to do with love ongoing for a period of time that you've been struggling to work out what to do, or maybe an old love that you can't let go of, something like that, I think you're going to finally feel able to leave it behind, whatever it is. So it's you're either leaving a love problem behind, or you could be leaving a love affair behind, or you could be leaving the old energy. It feels like there's some energy that's been hanging around from a previous love, and I think you're finally going to be able to put that aside. So maybe you're not completely at the end. It feels like you want to be at the end. You know you should be at the end. And yet there is still an element of confusion regarding a love problem or an old love energy that you're not quite at the end with. I think you want something new. That's the truth. And because there is an old love energy still hanging around you or hanging over you, that's causing a bit of confusion. And it means that you can't see your way forward as clearly as you'd like to. And yet you know that you need to leave this sort of energy in the past. I think that's what that's saying. Your intuition is telling you that it's time to let something go or leave something behind or to step aside. I feel like maybe your heart is committed somewhere. Your mind has been very busy thinking about this love problem or love energy, past love energy. And your intuition, well, it's interesting because your intuition is either guiding you forward or away from that. Right, I've just taken the top card. It's guiding you to retreat, actually, is what's happening. You're being guided to retreat from a previous love energy. Yep, here we are, that you have been struggling with, struggling to let go of. So it could be that you've already retreated from something. Yeah, thinking about it. I think that your intuition guided you to leave a previous love energy in the past, and you have done that. You've physically left it in the past, but you are struggling to stop thinking about it, and you are struggling to actually fully let it go. Maybe this is the month where you can finally let it go, or maybe this is the month where something else happens. Maybe somebody else is coming in this month, which will help you let it go, possibly. In any case, it's human nature, isn't it? If you were in love with somebody and you still want to be with them, you're not going to be able to stop thinking about them. Sadly, that's just how it is. Regardless of whether you think you should or not, that's the problem, isn't it? You've tried to let it go. You've physically left it, but it's still there. And the Moon is very prominent in these two cards. And for me, that indicates a period of time, a month. That means a month, really. I mean, if you're serious about actually letting something go, this could be a really good month to try and work with the Moon. Okay, at the centre of the reading, well, Knight of Cups. Is this the previous love energy, or is this somebody new? Well, there is a younger masculine at the centre of this reading coming to offer a cup of love. Is that somebody who's coming back to you, or is it somebody new? We don't really know that yet. But what we do know is that what is crossing that is the fact that you have been working on yourself. You have, I want to say, developed your self-esteem to such a point where you won't be letting just anybody come back. And that potentially that is the problem here. Maybe this individual would like to come back in a sort of less than ideal way. No. This is a very firm no, I would say. This is not letting any old person in. This is not letting people with dubious intentions in. I suppose what I'm trying to say is there is potential this month or in the next 4 weeks for you to be made an offer, a love offer by somebody. And you might have to think long and hard about whether you're going to allow that person into your life. Because I think you've boosted your self-esteem and your own sense of worth to such a point now that actually not anybody will do. And so if somebody's trying to come back in a less than positive energy, trying to come back towards you into having another situationship or fling or something, no. Or if somebody new is coming in and they're a bit wishy-washy, the Page of Cups is very, very sincere, but he's not hugely practical. Let's put it that way. He's not hugely practical. So if somebody younger comes in and makes you an offer that to your mind isn't good enough, that's a no. It's good. I think this is good. The Page of Cups could be Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio masculine, if I didn't say that before. He's probably younger. He is sincere. He probably does love you. But I'm not sure that that's quite enough for you anymore. So it'd be interesting to see. It could be somebody new with an offer. It could be somebody from the past. Hopefully we'll determine that as we go on. What's crowning the situation is Temperance. You're being guided to remain balanced. And I think that's more or less exactly what I was just saying. There is no point having done a lot of work on gaining your self-esteem and your worth back if the minute a masculine appears, you're going to just say yes. I think this is good news that Temperance is reminding you to stay balanced. It's very important. You've got your equilibrium. You don't want to lose your head again or your heart. I actually feel like your heart has taken quite a hard knock, actually. I don't want to diminish the work you've done in any way. I feel like it's been really vital. I feel like you've really needed it. And Temperance is here to say, don't lose what you have gained. If you have gained a good sense of self and a boosted self-esteem and a new knowledge of what you will and won't tolerate and what you do and don't like and who is and isn't good for you, if you've gained that knowledge over the past probably several months or even years, if you've gained a lot of knowledge about yourself, about what is good for you, then Temperance is here to remind you to keep that in mind. Don't let that go. Don't let that go. I'm just trying to see if I need any more from Temperance. Temperance, if you're not familiar, is an angel. So somebody is keeping an eye on you and they're reminding you to stay balanced. And also I want to say to maintain your focus somehow or other. I'm not sure what on. Let's have a look. Well, I was just saying a year or so, as I think this is really saying keep your focus, because for the last couple of years, I think maybe your focus has been on a situation that didn't work out. So the Two of Pentacles it's not always a timing card, but for me often it is. It's also a card of weighing up your options. So it works really nicely with Temperance here in terms of maintaining your equilibrium, your new equilibrium that you've gained over the last 2 years. Maintain it. Yeah, good, lovely. That's great. In the underneath position, what is not clear or what is hidden, we have the Queen of Cups and we have the Emperor and the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of waiting. It's waiting for the right time. It's waiting for the right opportunity. It's waiting for the right person. The Emperor is pride. The Queen of Cups is the most loving energy in the deck. So if we read these three together, I mean, literally, you, if you're a loving feminine, have been waiting for a prideful man. That's one, masculine. That's one way of looking at it. Let's see what else we've got. I feel, in a way, I feel like it's saying that is the thing that is changing. That is the thing you need to leave behind, is the waiting. The waiting for somebody to recognise your true worth. That feels like that needs to end. If this masculine is or was so proud that he was not able to recognise you to being the best thing, and you've been waiting for him to make up his mind or waiting for him to swallow his pride, I think that time has now ended or is ending. Because don't forget, you've been working on your own worth here. Yeah, good. That's ending. And the reason it's going to end, I think, it's either because somebody else is going to come in with something better, or that masculine is going to be better. One or the other. So either way, it's good news. In the past, we have the Magician. You have been manifesting. What's quite interesting is I don't think this is in the past. I feel like this is pretty current, because I think all the while that you have been working on yourself, you may not have realised it, but you have also been manifesting. What have you been manifesting? Well, shall we get a clarifier and see? Or maybe the past connection was one that you manifested. That could also be it. Oh, look at that. You were manifesting yourself to be the best version of yourself that you can be. Oh my goodness. And the Two of Cups. This is a major, major love reading. Right, so in the past, you manifested a fabulous connection with somebody who had great potential to be the man of the masculine of your dreams. That's what you manifested in the past. So, no wonder you're finding it difficult to leave behind. What's happened, though, is due to the fact that this love energy has not left you, and yet, for some reason, I'm pretty sure you're not in this relationship at the moment, because we had the card of retreating at the start. What's happened is, because you don't have this love connection currently, it's meant that you have been able to embody your best energy. That is something that you have managed to work on. And we've got a lot of very powerful female cards here. We have the High Priestess. We have the Queen of Cups. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Empress. So the fact that you met the right person and you manifested the right person into connection, and that connection is not still ongoing, that has caused you to recognise the woman that you are, really, or the feminine energy that you are encompassing. I think that's been really important, and that's what Temperance was saying. Don't lose your head over a situation or about a new situation. Don't lose your head. It's been really important for you. Don't lose your heart either. I just want to look at this Two of Cups card. If in the past you were manifesting the relationship of your dreams, and I am pretty certain you're not in that relationship, what happened? I want a clarifier. Actually, a card has just left behind. Nine of Pentacles. What happened? Well, maybe that person wasn't single, or maybe you left the connection to be single. And that in turn is what has brought about your best energy, I think. In the future, you have a choice to make. Interesting. What is the choice? That's another card of ending. Well, in a very literal sense, this says choosing to end communication. And take action. Choosing to end communication and take action. Or choosing action over communication. The aces are always divinely presented. So the Ace of Rods would be, well, it's force, dynamic force, creative energy. It's getting what you want. So it's creating your own reality, really. So you can choose to create the reality that you want. And this is what is all centered on the card of balance here, the Temperance card. Where is the point between knowing your own worth but allowing somebody to come in? And I think that is what is going to be in the future. I think that you are going to be left with a choice, because I suspect that potentially there could be some communication coming in, and you've got to decide whether or not you want to do anything with it or leave it alone, I think. So, I mean, I can't decide that for you, obviously, so it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. Because I think if you're in your best energy and somebody comes in with an offer, you might be tempted to say no. But you don't want to reject all offers unless you particularly want to stay single. So it's going to be a little bit of what's right and what isn't right for you. That seems to be the theme of this reading, working out what you will and won't accept in terms of love going forward. Okay, in the personal position, we have the Ten of Cups. This is the card of having all your dreams to come true in terms of love. Hearts and flowers and literally rainbows. In a personal way. That's what you want. That's what you want in the future. That's what you had in the past. Do you know what I think it's feeling like? It's feeling to me like the connection in the past was not enough in order to create the future that you want. Yes, there was this fabulous connection, but it didn't bring you what you wanted. And what you want is the life that goes with it in a personal way. And I can understand that. And that's where the choice is going to be lying here. Whether or not connection is enough, perhaps you need to be more practical than that. Maybe the strong connection couldn't bring about the life that you wanted. And then, so now you're left wondering what to do. And I think that's been part of why you've been waiting here. I mean, it sort of says your intuition knows what you should be doing, and yet I think this is quite difficult for you. In the home position, we have the Ace of Cups. New love, big new love, divinely presented love. Love at home, or love is coming home. I read it that way. So it could be that this Knight of Cups is here offering you love in a new way at home, potentially. Or it's literally a new person bringing you a different type of love, which would also be good. Shall we have a clarifier? Let's have a clarifier for the Ace of Cups in the home position. Right, so these three cards just fell out. Other people created a lot of stress and resistance to love. Okay, so it's starting to feel like the connection was not enough in order to bring about this sort of life that you wanted with that person due to other people, I think. And so there was some resistance which created stress, and so love could not be at home. Wow. Well, love is definitely coming at home now. Goodness me. You've got this big love, and you've got the card of happiness. This is also the third month of the year, or in 3 months' time, whichever is sooner, I suppose. Okay, so something is definitely changing here. It feels to me like you're going to be approached, and then you're going to have to make a choice and work out what it is you want. Don't get me wrong, you can have both of these energies. They're both being presented to you. You need to harness them both, though. So you have the power to get the life you wanted. Finally, that love is coming home. It's going to make you very happy. Whereas in the past it couldn't, in the future now it can. You're going to be able to have that. I think it's going to be offered to you, and you're going to have to choose. In the hopes and fears position, we've got the Queen of Swords. So we've got almost all the queens now. We've got a lot of very strong feminine cards here. Queen of Swords is the decisive queen, air sign queen, knows what she wants, speaks the truth and isn't afraid to say what she thinks, isn't afraid to cut herself off or cut someone off. So if you're hoping that you can be decisive should this love come back, then yes, you can. If you're hoping that in the future you'll be able to spot a good one from a bad one and make the right decision, then yes, you can. And yes, you will. So that's great. And for some reason, I feel like Temperance and the Queen of Swords are working together here. So Temperance is sort of giving you the power to wield your sword properly in a way. I think Archangel Michael is the one with the sword, I think. And I wonder if he is who is looking down on you currently. It sort of feels like that. Or if you've got an affinity with Archangel Michael, that could be particularly pertinent here. In the outcome, we have the Six of Pentacles. Again, a card of shared energy. And what came with it is the Four of Wands, which is a celebration, or the Twin Flame card. So the sharing of the twin flame energy is at the outcome, or shared energy that is going to bring you a joyful outcome, a celebration. So if you feel like you were involved in a twin flame situation in the past and it couldn't come about, and you've been busy thinking about this other person, this younger masculine, then I think that energy is shared between the two of you, and I think it's going to come back. Feels to me like it's coming back. Let's get a clarifier for the Six of Pentacles. Wow, yeah, I think so, because this is the card of not having what you want or not wanting what you have. In your case, you're single. You haven't got what you want. You haven't got who you want. In your person's case, who knows? Maybe they've got somebody else and they're not who they want. Wow. Ooh, I say. Sun. Best card in the deck. If you're in a situation where you don't have what you want or who you want, that's going to change. If somebody is coming in with an offer, a balanced offer, and you're not sure, then I think, to me, it looks like you've got a good offer coming in. It also looks to me like you're not sure whether you should take it or not. Now, only you can decide this. The twin flame journey is not an easy one, and you might not feel like you can put yourself through it again, and I can understand that. But there is great potential for happiness here, because you haven't got what you want, but you are going to get what you want in terms of love. And that's starting this month. Actually, this is also the 4th month. So somewhere I feel like something could be happening between March and April, or in 3 or 4 months' time. Things are going to look a whole lot better. Wow, I really hope so. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. Please like and subscribe so that I can read your energy more easily, which will help me to do more accurate readings for you and your situation in the future. If you would like a personal reading, my information is in the description box below. But until the next time, this has been the Timeless Tarot. Goodbye.